welcome back to mahasarkar.co.in. In our today's video, we are going to start with one important article called Absorption, Reflection and Transmission of Heat. What exactly we are going to learn in this article? We know that as per the characteristics of substance, how much heat is going to absorb by the substance or how much heat is going to reflect by the substance is depends upon the characteristics, the molecular behavior of the substance. When you provide heat to any substance, that heat can be split or divided into three categories. What is going to happen with that substance? Suppose I am having any metal cube or any material, not metal necessarily. So say I am having one metal box, metal cube, and I have incident some amount of heat on that. Q is the amount of heat incident. So let me write simultaneously. So Q is the heat incident on the substance. Okay. Now what that substance is going to do with that heat depends upon the structure of the surface. If surface is completely smooth and polished, then that heat may be reflected by the substance. Heat may be what? Reflected by the substance. It is again possible that that substance has ability to store the heat. Because of that, some part of heat may be absorbed by the substance. Heat may be what? Absorbed by the substance. And again, that substance is very good conductor of heat, so that it transmits the heat from itself to the surrounding or neighboring substance, so that heat may be what? Transmitted. So when you provide heat to the substance, that heat can be reflected by the substance, that heat can be what? Absorbed by the substance, or that heat can be what? Transmitted by the substance. Maybe for some substances reflection is not there, only absorption and transmission is there. For some substances transmission is not there, reflection and some part of energy is what? Absorbed. This may be happen. So let QA be the amount of heat absorbed by the substance. Q is what? Amount of heat that is absorbed by the substance. Say QR is the amount of heat reflected by the substance. QR is the amount of heat what? Reflected by the substance. And say QT is what? Amount of heat transmitted by the substance. That heat may be what? Transmitted by the substance. I am not telling that, remember one important thing, I am not telling that all these three parts are necessarily will take place. म्हणजे heat compulsory reflect होईल, मग transmit पण होईल आणि मग absorb पण होईल. It is not like that. Depending upon the surface. काही surface absorb करणार नाही, ते फक्त reflect करतील आणि transmit करतील, पुढे pass करतील. So if I say, if Q was the total energy and that total energy was split into three parts, 1, 2 and 3. If that total energy is split into three parts, then by law of conservation of energy, I can write the incident heat equal to sum of all these three. So Q can be equal to QA plus QR plus QT. See, this is equation number 1 for us. I hope you are clear with this. When you incident the heat on the substance, that heat may be divided into three parts. Some part of it may be what? Reflected, some may be absorbed and some may be what? Transmitted. Depending upon the nature of surface. For example, if heat is incident on very shiny surface like mirror, then absorption is very less. Instead of that, reflection is at very higher extent. Okay, so for that substance, transmission is not there. So when you consider these terms, then you are going to define, we need to define some terms like coefficient of absorption indicated by small a. It is going to define that how much heat, how much percentage of heat is going to be absorbed by the substance. So if I want to find this coefficient of absorption, then I can define it is the ratio of ratio of what? Amount of heat absorbed by the substance, amount of heat absorbed by the substance to the amount of heat incident on the substance, incident on it. So amount of heat absorbed divided by amount of heat incident on the substance is called as what? Coefficient of absorption. So using this I can write the formula for A equal to amount of heat absorbed we have taken is QA. So it will be like QA upon Q. Okay. This one is the first term. So from this we can get the formula for QA, or implies QA equal to small a into Q. So it is equation number 2. In a similar manner, we have second definition, that is coefficient of reflection. Now I don't think that I need to write it in a full. It is the ratio of what? Amount of heat reflected. So it is ratio of amount of heat reflected per unit amount of heat incident on the substance, and therefore R is equals to QR upon Q, implies QR is equals to R into Q. So this is equation number 3. And final definition is that coefficient of transmission. Final definition is what? Coefficient of transmission. So again you can easily guess what should be the coefficient of transmission, which is indicated by letter T. Then it is the ratio of amount of heat transmitted per unit amount of heat incident on the substance. So small t can be equal to Qt upon Q, implies Qt can be equal to T into Q. So this is equation number 4. Okay. So now if I substitute values of equation 2, 3 and 4 in equation 1, so put 2, 3 and 4 in 1 in equation 1. What we are going to get? Say LHS equal to Q. Instead of QA I am going to write now A into Q plus R into Q plus T into Q. So Q is common, or divide both sides by Q, then you will get 1 equal to A plus R plus T, or A plus R plus T is equals to 1. This will be the most important equation in terms of heat. That heat, sum of coefficient of heat of substance which is absorbed, heat of substance which is reflected, and heat of substance which is what? Transmitted, is always equals to what? 1. Okay. The substances for which one term that we are going to remember, T is 0. That means those substances do not allow heat to transmit from one part to another part. So if T is 0, therefore we can get R plus A is equals to 1. These types of substances are called as diathermous substance. This substance is called as what? Diathermous substance. Okay. The substance for which T is not 0, that means they allow to transmit the heat, they are called as diathermous substance. So what we learn in this article, that when heat is subjected to given substance, then that heat can be transmitted into 3 parts. जेव्हा जेव्हा तुम्ही एखाद्या सबस्टन्सला हीट देता तेव्हा ती हीट 3 पार्ट मध्ये डिवाइड होऊ शकते. ती हीट रिफ्लेक्ट होऊ शकते, ॲब्सॉर्ब होऊ शकते किंवा ट्रान्समिट होऊ शकते. प्रत्येक वेळेला हे तिन्ही होतील हे गरजेचं नाही, लक्षात घ्या. काही सबस्टन्स मध्ये रिफ्लेक्शन आणि ॲब्सॉर्प्शन आहे, तर काही सबस्टन्स मध्ये ॲब्सॉर्प्शन आणि ट्रान्समिशन आहे. सो आपण म्हटलं की Q इज द हीट इन्सिडेंट ऑन द सबस्टन्स, देन त्या टोटल हीट Q मधली QA एवढी हीट ॲब्सॉर्ब झाली, QR एवढी रिफ्लेक्ट and QT एवढी काय झाली? ट्रान्समिट झाली. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू कन्झर्वेशन ऑफ एनर्जी Q इक्वल टू QA plus QR plus QT. Then we can have these 3 definition: coefficient of absorption, amount of heat absorbed by the substance to the amount of heat incident. Heat किती absorb केली आहे divided by heat किती दिली आहे, यांचा रेशिओ म्हणजे कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ ॲब्सॉर्प्शन असणार आहे. हीट किती रिफ्लेक्ट झाली आहे आणि हीट किती इन्सिडेंट केली आहे यांचा रेशिओ काय असणार आहे? कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ रिफ्लेक्शन. आणि हीट किती ट्रान्समिट केली आणि हीट किती इन्सिडेंट केली यांचा रेशो असणार आहे कोएफिशियंट ऑफ ट्रान्समिशन. सो ह्या सगळ्यांना जर मी इथे इक्वेशन 1 मध्ये पुट केलं तर मला असं लक्षात येतंय की A प्लस R प्लस T इज ऑलवेज इक्वल टू व्हॉट 1. गरजेनुसार काही सबस्टन्सना R 0 असू शकतो, काही सबस्टन्सना T 0 असू शकतो. ज्या सबस्टन्सना T 0 असणार त्यांना तुम्ही स्पेशली काय म्हणणार आहात, डायॲथर्मनस सबस्टन्स, आणि ज्यांना तो नसेल 0 त्यांना म्हणणार आहात तुम्ही ॲथर्मनस सबस्टन्स. ओके, I hope you understood this article. Thanks for watching mahasarkar.co.in. Have a nice day.